Hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Come on in, y'all. Happy Friday, y'all. Come on in. We done made it to the end of another week. How about that? I love it. Let me turn this light down a little bit because I'm feeling like Ghostbusters a little bit. And in the meantime, between time, I'm gonna give y'all some positive music as I always do to remind y'all what that is gonna be a what.
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two,
Hey,
get some good, some food in you.
what?
Step three,
Good morning,
think real hard
Mishi.
about what you wanna be.
What?
Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
What?
Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time, that's how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, really gonna rise to the sun. Step two, get some food in you. Step three, grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do you.
Hey. Today is gonna be a good day, y'all. It's Friday. That's the only thing we need to know. That's the first thing we need to know. All right. And we appreciate in the fact that we woke up this morning. Okay. And so let's be joyful in that. We woke up this morning. We are here. We have another opportunity. Good morning, mother. We have another, on IG. You must be on your way to the doctor. I love my mother. All right. She's on her way to the doctor, but she's on IG. I love it. Hey, Shirley. We woke up, so we got another day to continue the journey, our healing journey. We have another day to focus on ourselves, pick ourselves up, brush ourselves off, forget the fucking shit we did yesterday that was wrong or hurtful, or the experiences that we had that were hurtful. Today is a day to work on those things. Another day. You know, I love y'all. I had such a nice conversation last night with Theo. Let me tell y'all something. This is truly like a family. A lot of you guys on here, we actually talk personally. Like I have conversations with Zen. I have phone conversations with Angel. I was on the phone last night with Theo, right? And when I say coffee with friends is like a family, Fuck like. It is a family. Because, you know, I feel the genuine connection and the love and the support that y'all give to me and to each other. And I love that. A lot of you guys, I don't even know. Some of you guys I met the first time in New Orleans. Some of you I'm going to meet the first time in Cancun. But this goes to show you that platforms like this that create a safe space or try to, right? And bring people together to talk about, you know, growth, right? We create some kind of bond. That's cool, y'all. I was on the phone with Theo for, I know it had to be over an hour. Well, Johnny, make sure your wife is okay with us calling you and we'll call your ass. You know, I don't call people's men's. You know, because if I don't know the wife, I don't want no problems because I, you know, I'm just careful. But Johnny, we could call you, right? Theo called me. You know, it's funny because she called me and I said, "Hey, Theo. Good morning, Angel." I said, "Hey, Theo, what's going on, girl?" And she was like, "Nothing. I just wanted to call you and chat with you and catch up." That was it. I love that. That was it. And that one thing, when she said, "I just called you to check up on you," I was like, that's that shit that I'm talking about, y'all. I love y'all. Check up on your strong friends and your weak ones too. We always check the weak ones, so I hope. But check on your strong friends. And so I want to say thank you, Theo, for calling me last night. I had nothing going on. I'm not depressed or anything. But it was good. Okay? It was good to pick up the phone or to see her name flash across the screen. Because I know she's just as busy as I am. And yes, she took the time out to check on Raw. And I love that. I appreciate y'all. And so we talked for an hour and I loved it. I was ready to get my blanket and go to her house and curl up on her couch. So I wanted to tell y'all that because I need y'all to continue that energy, right? People need people. I don't care what we say, right? A lot of times people say, "I don't need nobody." That's a, no, I got to go back and watch that. I got to go back and watch that clip, Johnny. Um, you know, people say, you know, they don't need people. But that's a defense mechanism, right? That's a trauma. That's operating out of trauma. But you know, Theo said something to me last night that I want to bring to you guys' attention. I can't bring it to you in detail, but you know, I want to bring it to you at a, you know, at a level that it's for everybody. It was advice that she gave me. It was something she said to me. And you know, Theo is a life coach. So she, you know, even though we're friends, right? She still has that life coach energy when we're talking on the phone. And so you know, she said something to me. She said a lot of shit to me, actually. But, you know, she was like, you know, you got to go through things, you know, as you grow, because you continue to evolve. Your world will change, right? People might not grow with you, but it's okay, right? You still got to grow anyway. And I say that all the time, but hearing it from her in a summary was like that further thing that I needed to say, you know what? You right. Let me just keep huffing past and down this road because she's right. Even though I say it to myself, having those extra reinforcements of other people calling you and checking in on you going, "Girl, I see you. All right, I see you. I know that growth is hard. I know change is hard. I know people, places, and things start to change. But that's okay. The right people will love you." And I was like, I love you, Theo. Right? Hey, Julius. Yeah. You know, so I just wanted to say thank you, Theo. She's not on here yet, but I wanted to share that with y'all because, I find that, we do that on Coffee with Friends. There are a population of us that call each other. And we can expand on that, but that's why we have Discord, because we can't call everybody because, especially the men's, because we don't want the wives, to feel uncomfortable, right? So we have Discord, which is another outreach way to reach out and say, hey guys, I'm feeling kind of bad. I need y'all support, right? That's another way. So I'm just here to remind y'all that this platform, even though we play and we joke a lot, okay, this is a healing platform. This is a growing platform. This is a platform where we talk about, things, everyday things, life, okay? Whether it's politics, whether it's professional careers, whether it's childhood trauma, whether it's adult trauma, adult relationships. We talk about it all here, kids, everything, right? And I just want to remind y'all that this is what this platform is for us to be able to come to the table and talk about some of the things that affect us in real fucking life. Okay. And I don't want to, I have to remind y'all of that because, a couple of times recently, people came on here and they apologized. They started out with saying, I'm sorry, I have to share some news. I don't mean to bring it here, but blah, 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 blah. See, no. Don't ever be sorry for jumping on Coffee with Friends and sharing something with us. I don't care how sad it is. Don't ever feel like you are breaking our mood. Don't ever feel like you are bringing down the room. That's what this platform is for. We make room to laugh, right? But this platform is for us to unpack shit. So if you are holding on to anything that's heavy, right, and you want to bring it here, bring it. Don't worry about what we're talking about. Don't worry about that we're laughing, right? This is just a reminder as to why we are here. That's it. Okay. And so I wanted to start out with that this morning because I don't want another person to jump on here and say, I'm sorry for bringing something to y'all this morning. That's not good. No, this is what we're here for. All right. And with that, y'all, it's Freestyle Friday. What do we talk? Oh my God, y'all. I forgot to go back to my video yesterday and remind myself how we ended the show and what we were going to pick up on and talk about today. Can somebody remind me? Oh my God, it's at the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. How did we end the show? Was it you, Cheryl Lee, that asked the question that had me getting ready to go in yesterday? Somebody remind me how we ended the show yesterday and what we were supposed to follow up on today. Don't make me, I can't even go back. Oh, I could go back over here. 1 second, because y'all gonna make me. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 fucking second, because y'all gonna make me do it. And podcast, nobody goes the fuck nowhere by themselves. Here's the first time I had etouffee.
So good.
What?
The topic.
All right, the
Let
topic
people start thinking about it so they can come.
step parents. Oh, here
right?
It is. Okay.
There
was a clip I got the topic. I had to go back, y'all. I had to go back to yesterday's show because y'all are not gonna make me forget the topic. So I just want to frame out the topic today. What are we accepting is still up here because it's just general. Yes, it's about the stepfather. I had to go back because I didn't want to lose that. Right. So let me just frame this out before I go in and I read the positive thought of this morning. But the topic of today is, I kept the general, overall, what are we accepting up there? Because it's a running theme for me right now. So I'm just going to keep that up there. What are we accepting? Because I need y'all to keep asking yourselves that question. But let's talk about the step parents, right? I'm going to throw the topic out there, okay? And let y'all marinate on it. So by the time I finish reading the positive thought, I should have some commentary up here to read. I'm going to give you a scenario. Now, One Reliable Sim, y'all be sending me some good stuff. She sent me this weeks ago, and I've been trying to talk about this shit for weeks, but we've had so many other things come up. All right, so I'm going to throw this out there. Y'all tell me what you think. Step parents, stepfather. Here is the scenario. Biological dad comes to pick up his child, right? Stepfather opens up the door, okay? Stepfather says to the biological father, where y'all going today? What time will you be back? You know, et cetera, et cetera. And the biological father is looking at him like, why is that any of your concern? Now, I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact scenario, but you'll get the point. The biological father said, why is that any of your concern? The stepfather said, okay, paraphrasing, I'm his stepfather, okay? I'm his caretaker every day, okay? I need to know where he's going at all times so that I know he's safe because he's my responsibility as he lives in the house that I live in and that I provide for, all right? And so the biological father got mad. What do y'all think? All right, when the step parent, now this crosses over to whether it's the stepdad or the stepmom. What rights do you think the step parents have in situations like that? The biological parent comes to pick up the child, and the step parent is like, where you going? What time you getting back? I need to know because I'm responsible for this child. What would be your response? What would be your response? Okay. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to go up. Johnny, good morning, everybody. My daughter comes home for spring break today, so today is going to be a good day. Yes. Yes, spring break. All right. Yes, spring break. And we love you too, Angel. Oh my God, that snowfall clip. I saw, baby. She said, did y'all see, are y'all watching Snowfall? I only watched 2 episodes, so slow the fuck down, y'all. Don't give me 3rd episode. I'm not giving no spoilers. Y'all don't give no spoilers, okay? But Johnny Leon Hill did post a clip, and that clip was the bomb, okay? When the fucking clip was happening, I was at the TV like this. She not lying, no. She ain't the fuck lying. But you know, the mere fact that they use Russia as an example, I was like, wait, what? All the shit that's going on in the world right now, and they put that in the script. I was like, all right, that was deep shit. If y'all not watching Snowfall, y'all better watch it. I mean, the fuck, this the 3rd, 4th season. Y'all better catch up. The shit is, listen, Lori Harvey, don't leave him, okay? He's Satan. I mean, Franklin is, now he's a young baby, but Franklin, he's a beast. But I think I could stick my tongue down Jerome's throat too. Jerome, he be knocking motherfuckers out. Y'all got to watch Snowfall. All right. All right. Called that boy by his last name, Angel. I can't. All right. So anyway, right, Johnny? Right? Because I was like, she ain't lying. The fuck? But anyway, y'all, step parents. If you go to pick up your child, all right, from the house and the stepdad opens the door, fellas, and he questions where you going with the child and what time will you be back, right? And he lets you know that he is responsible for this child because this child lives under his roof, right? And he provides for the child. What would your response be? Do you think he's wrong? Should step parents have a say at that level when they are the custodial parents, essentially, right? Let's talk about that. All right. I see your comment, Mishibu. I'm going to read it. Let me read the positive thought for today. And then I'm going to go back and read the comment on the step parents. Because let's see what y'all got to say. Baby, thank God Thank God I didn't have no baby daddy drama. And I was not a ratchet baby mama. I don't give a fuck. Like, these baby mamas be trying to hold on to these men and be trying to do all kind of crazy shit to make motherfuckers miserable because they have a baby by them. Not me. I had a baby by you. We're not together anymore. I'm not forcing you to take care of your kid. You want to take care of your kid, you come and take care of your kid, because you're going to have to explain this to your kid when you get older. Unfortunately, he died when my son was 8, so he didn't get to get older and my son didn't get to cuss him out. But that's life. Now to the positive thought. Today is March 17th. Is today St. Patty's Day? Who's going out drinking? Okay? March 17th. I open my heart and mind to be aware. Only my inner authority can give me outer authority. You get that? Only my inner authority can give me outer authority. I don't even know what the fuck the rest is going to read, but that shit is deep. Inner authority controls your outer authority. If you think about it, you would become aware that credentialization, certification, authorization, and validation share a common definition. Okay? Each is a process in which someone else tells you how good you are or not. There are areas in which people must be well trained and equipped to handle the demands of their craft. However, there are also judgments attached to the words credential, certificate, authority, validity. These judgments have a subtle impact on the human psyche. The implication is that something outside of you can make you okay. The implication is something outside of you can make you feel okay. That's what a lot of people think. That's why people look for love wrong ways. They look for outside pleasures to make them feel good on the inside. You may think that because you don't have the credential or the certificate, you do not have the authority to be. Perhaps because you are afraid of not making the grade, not being okay in the eyes of someone else. You have convinced yourself that you are not okay. What no one apart from yourself is going to tell you or convince you is that with the power of a made-up mind, you are authorized to do anything you choose. There is nothing more validating than belief in yourself and your abilities. If you believe you have the power is yours. There is no credential, certificate, or authority beyond the power of a made-up mind. There comes a moment when you must decide that you are going to believe in yourself. When that moment comes, you become aware that outside authority is the icing. Your mind is the cake. Until today, you may have been waiting for someone to tell you something or give you something that makes you feel okay. Just for today, accept that there is a place in you where you are just fine. Make it your business today to tap into that place. Only my inner authority can give me outer authority. Today, I am devoted to becoming aware that I am okay as I am. That's deep, because there's a population of people that will make you feel that you're not okay because they need you to live up to their standards. They need you to abide by their perspectives, right? But I posted something yesterday. And there was a woman who talked about, your perspective is not my perspective, Georgie, I'm dead. I'm going to read them though. Your perspective is not my perspective, right? We don't have the right. This video was so deep. I posted it on my IG page. So go take a look at it. Listen to it. It's a lesson. It's a teachable moment. It's a remindable moment because I'm sure we knew this before. But your perspective is not my perspective, right? So this woman talks about if you hit me, right? Good morning, Pat. You don't have the right to tell me how bad it hurts, right? You don't have the right to tell me how long it should hurt. We talked about this the other day when we talked about the phrase, get over it, right? You don't have the right to tell me how to feel my pain. Your perspective is not my perspective, right? If someone tells you that you hurt them, it is not for you to say, no, I didn't. Your perspective is not my perspective. If I tell you you hurt me, be accountable. You don't have the right to say you didn't hurt me. You didn't have a right to say how that hurt impacted me. You don't have a right to say how I deal with that hurt, how long I cry. You don't have a right. Right? And once we, as human beings, accept the fact that your perspective is not my fucking perspective, then we will stop going around trying to put our behaviors on other people. Right? We need to stop it. That was a good message, right? This said, your inner controls your outer. It does. Okay? And with that, good morning, y'all. It's Freestyle Friday. So let me see what y'all got to say about the step parents and the step mamas, right? And the reason why I tapped into that perspectives thing real quick is because on this show, we all share our perspectives on things, right? And every now and again, people will go back and forth and be like, no, I don't agree. 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 But your perspective is not my perspective, right? And the more that we understand that, maybe we need to keep repeating that shit to ourselves. The more we understand that, the more we can have healthier dialogue instead of arguing. Because arguments only come up when you're trying to convince somebody to believe what you believe or accept what you accept. But your perspective is not mine. Right? Good morning, Theo. I talked about you this morning. Hey, the General. All right. So continue to share your perspectives on this show and continue to respect each other's perspectives, right? That's how we continue to grow. We learn from each other. We learn. All right. Step parents, what are y'all saying when you go to pick up your child, fellas, and the stepdad is like, where y'all going? What time you coming back? And the dad is like, why do you care? And he's like, because he's my responsibility. He lives here. I'm his caretaker. Okay? I know you his dad, but I'm his stepdad. I'm his caretaker. I'm responsible for him. How would you feel if that happened? All right? Good morning. I am Jacinta. Cheryl Lee said it's a communication problem. All three should have had the conversation. The biological father should be happy at the step is caring and loving his child like he does. Great response. It's a communication problem. All right. I'm going to go over here to IG and see what y'all got to say. Let me see. Mishi Boo said, I think the stepdad has the right to ask those questions. We hear so many stories about step parents not stepping up and acting right. The biological father should feel good knowing that your child is being taken care of and safe. All right, so we got two ladies that chimed in. Fellas, how y'all feeling about the stepdad stepping up, asking the questions? All right. Georgie said, oh, and this could be stepmom too. So ladies, put it in the mind frame of this could be a stepmom too. There are plenty of dads who have custody of their kids, and there's plenty of moms who have weekend visitation and is paying child support. This is not just on the men, y'all. All right. How would you feel as a mother going to pick up your child, and the stepmother comes to the door and is like, where y'all going? What y'all doing? What time you coming back? Because, I need to know. How would you feel? Okay. Georgie said, oh, he needs to not. That had me ready to scrap. I never wanted to scratch somebody's eyes out like I did when you said that. Step ninja, please. Oh, but Georgie, your child lives in the house with the step parent. Are we really feeling like that? Right? When we say, I'm going to fuck y'all up for a minute. Let me write my notes down because I don't want to forget where's my book? How I can never find my book? Lord of mercy. Where is it? All right, let me just grab anything. Because the fuck, I can never find my book, right? All right, I got to write this down real quick because I don't want to forget. Because I'm going to fuck y'all up with something real quick. Georgie said, after I look behind me to see who he is talking to and how many potential witnesses cameras are around, I would then tell step parent the kid ain't going nowhere this weekend, but the two of us going to jail and the hospital. Now, Georgie, wait a minute. Wait, what? Not the jail or the hospital. Okay? Not the jail or the hospital, y'all. Hey, ooh, hey, J234. The general said, definitely should have already been discussed beforehand, but I wouldn't be mad at that. That's from a man. The general said he would not be mad at that. So, ladies, what are y'all talking about? Why y'all mad? This guy said, the general said he wouldn't be mad at that. Cheryl Lee also said it should be a communication thing in advance. Like y'all should have already had this understanding. That's a great point. Good morning, Veronica Madison. Hey, Fire One. The general said, now, if he gets disrespectful, then that's another issue. Well, we're not talking about disrespect because that would mean punch you in the face because I'm karate chopping. I'm kung fu fighting off the cliff. All right? If somebody gets disrespectful when I'm trying to pick up my child. Okay. But we're talking about respectable conversations. Now, the conversation that should happen in the beginning. Y'all on here, raise your hands. Now, this is Freestyle Friday. We can talk about anything we want to, right? But I keep trying to talk about this. So this is what I'm on today. Somebody else could jump in with something else. Raise your hand if y'all have stepdaddy or stepmama situations, like you're no longer with your baby daddy or your baby mama, and y'all have this, weekend visitation shit. Raise your hand for all those that sat down at the table with the biological parents, the step parents, everybody there at the table and had a discussion about how caretaking for this child was going to progress. How many on you have done that? Raise your hands, because two people on here said the conversation should have happened in advance. So how many of y'all are having this conversation in advance for those that have baby daddies and baby mamas out there? Y'all sitting down having this conversation in advance? I'm asking. Johnny said, knowing the type of father that I am, don't question me. What happens with me and my child's mom has nothing to do with my relationship with my child. I would ask, where's my child's mom? Tell her to come here so I can bless both of them out. Oh, okay. So Johnny feels opposite of the general. Johnny is ready to fight. You feel, Johnny, that the stepdad should not ask you these questions. Okay. Anybody else before I say anything? I'm going to put the guest link up there. Just in case. All right. I'm hot. Anybody else? Because I'm going to fuck y'all up. I got a question. Georgie said, well said. He would tell him he was about to be responsible for that ass whipping he was going to get. Angel is raising her hand, y'all. That's one person. Who else? Who else on here has children and is no longer with the biological parent that has sat down and had these conversations as a family to figure out how are y'all going to navigate the relationship across the step-parent relationship and the biological parent relationship? How many of y'all sat down and had this conversation? Only one person on here? Because some of y'all want to fight, but how, this is where we talk about healthy communication. Healthy communication, right? Right? I'm going to fuck y'all up for a minute. We keep saying we want to get back to the village raising our kids. That's what we say, right? We say that all the time. What happened to the village raising our kids? Right? When I was growing up, adults' opinions mattered. It didn't matter whether they were your mama or your daddy, right? And we didn't like it then. And then the culture changed, right? Now people in the neighborhood can't tell you about your kid because we're ready to say, fuck you, I'll kick your ass. Don't talk about my kid. And then we complain that the village mentality is gone and we need it. What do y'all want? What do y'all want? Right? Because a stepdad coming to the door, talking to the father. At first, when I read it, I was like, what? But then I thought about it. And I said, you know what? That's some good shit. My first reaction, right, was fuck that. I'ma cut somebody. But that reaction was based on probably some toxic feelings, right? But when you think about it, the most important thing here is the welfare of the child, right? Is the welfare of the child. So wouldn't you be grateful to have a man that is in the house with your child, that is responsible, that's a caretaker, that cares about your child, enough that when you come to pick up your child, right, he's having a man-to-man conversation with you to say, hey man, what time y'all getting back so I know? What's wrong with that? The general said, folks say they want to get back to that, but they don't really mean it. They don't really mean it. Do y'all mean it? Do y'all? Like my son talks to his kids' stepdads. There's no beef there. They don't ask him what time he coming back though. But they do talk. Right? And I'm sure my son appreciates the men in his kid's life. Right? What do y'all really want? All right. Georgie said, if we were cool and the tone is light and in general conversation, then it's not a problem. But if you bust out on some disrespect, you think you Nicki Minaj and I am your son, we have a problem. I'm dead. No, we not. We're on the assumption, Georgie, that it's a nice conversation, right? Not anything toxic or tense-filled, right? The man is just being a stepdad. The woman is just being a stepmom, and she wants to know. Like, for those that have baby mamas and baby daddies, do y'all only, like, if you're remarried, right? Do you only expect that you have interaction with your child? Because you cannot have a step parent, right? And you tell a step parent, mind your business, right? Don't get involved in this child's life like that. But then on the flip side, she's cooking for the child. She washing the child's dirty drawers. She dropping the child off to school every morning. Or he, the stepfather, dropping the child off to school every morning. Who is the teacher calling? Right? The teacher is calling the parents that live at the address that's registered at the school, right? And so you are involved in the child's life on a daily basis. Imagine being that step parent that's doing all of that for your stepchild and then being told to shut the fuck up when it comes to other things. What are we doing? What are we doing? Angel said, my situation is nice because my ex-husband's partner has a child too, so she understands. Cheryl Lee said, I had to have the conversation with my grandchild's mother, baby. Cheryl Lee, I'm glad you said that because, people linger on, baby daddy and baby mama drama. Y'all know grandmothers have drama too, right? Because when the baby mama and the baby daddy have drama, sometimes that spills over to the grandmother. Yeah. And the grandmother winds up having issues in the mix too, right? This is why healthy communication and thinking about what's best for the child comes into play. The general said 40-year-old me definitely thinks a lot different than 20-something-year-old me. Younger me would want to fight. I agree with that, the general. I definitely agree with that. My mindset has changed about a lot of things. Like, I remember being, even in relationships, right? I have changed how I react to things. When I was younger, if I thought you were doing something crazy, I'd be all in your phone. I'd be cussing you out. I'd be on the toilet shitting my guts out, anxious for you to come home so we could fight. I would be like that. But in my older self, when shit happens, my stomach don't be hurt no more. I'll be like, listen, I'm going to cut that motherfucker. I be so calm now, right? I react to things so different in my older self. So yes, I agree with that, the general. Hey, Chef Yu, good morning. I am Jacinta said, I haven't had a stepdad or a stepmom. What if something happens to you and no one knows where you are at Johnny? If the stepmom or stepdad cares for that child like their own, it needs to be communicated. Right? Why not? When we get mad at the step parent trying to step in and help, what are we actually mad at? Is it more of a control issue for the biological parent? Is it more of an ego thing when it comes to the biological parent? Why is there such issue when the step parent wants to have some say, right, in what's going on in the child's life? You cannot shut a step parent up and then expect them to feed and clean and take care of your child Monday through Friday and then tell them to shut up on Friday night when the biological parent comes to pick them up. You can't do that. It's not nice. Right? And so my opinion, my asshole contribution is, in my 56-year-old self, and like the general said, in my 20s, I might not have said this shit. If you got a baby mama, baby daddy situation, right? And you are getting into another relationship, you are getting married, or whatever the case may be, you need to sit down and have conversations together. Because now it's becoming a blended family. See, a lot of people want to get married, want to be with people that have kids and act like the kids are over there. No, you have become a blended family. See, I used to laugh at people like Will and Jada who had this great blended family relationship with the exes. And they would go on vacation and shit together. Now, I'm not doing that. I'm not going on vacation with no baby mama. But I do feel that there needs to be a blended family situation where the child sees that everybody gets along and everyone is for the best interest of the child. I believe that. That is how my family navigates to this day. And I talk about it all the time on this show. My mother, she doesn't hang out with her side of the family. She hangs out with my dad's side of the family. And my mom and my dad have been separated since I was a toddler and divorced since I was a young girl. And she still is a part of my dad's family. Right? What are we doing? And my mother is on here, but she probably can't talk because she's at the doctor. But she used to drop me off at the stepmama's house, whether my dad was home or not, and be like, it's y'all turn. It's summertime. What are we doing? Chef, you said, I think it's ego. So it's ego, y'all? Mishi Boo said it's an ego thing. All right, so how many times we talk about ego and pride on here and how that stunts your growth, right? What are we doing? Angel said, we had that conversation at the park in case we ended up throwing hands. Great place. You know, it should happen in public. I believe when my son had the conversation, it was in public, right? It was in public. You know, I want to say this. There's a lot of baby mothers out there, and I'm not coming down on y'all, right? Because it's a teachable moment. There's a lot of baby mothers out there that expect their baby daddies to not have their children around their new girlfriends and stuff like that, which is the stupidest thing I ever heard in my whole entire life, because I have never met one baby mama who has asked permission to have a guy around their child. But they always they always want to tell the baby daddy who the fuck can be around their child. Stop that, y'all. That's some childish shit. Right? Because I've never met one woman. Normally, women determine when a man is going to meet their child. They don't call the baby daddy and go, I got a new boyfriend. I'm about to introduce him to our child. I don't know one woman that has done that. But I know a good few women that have turned around and been like, that bitch better not be around my child. That bitch better not be around my child. Right? What are y'all doing? Y'all want the village or nah? The general said, I want to know who's going to either pinch or get punched or get punched for not. Oh, pinched? Oh, they pinch you when you don't wear green? Oh, shit, I don't have green. Green is my favorite color, y'all. Green is my favorite color. I don't even have green on today. Long as y'all didn't meet in the park after dark, Angel, then it's cool. Damn it. Okay, you've heard it both ways. I didn't say it didn't happen both ways, the general. I've never experienced. I have never heard a man, me, y'all might have heard it. I have never heard a man say, you better not have no niggas around my child. You better talk to me first before you get with a nigga. I never heard no man say that, right? But I heard a lot of women be like, no, that bitch can't be around my kid. I will cut you. Right? Wait, Uhu said more like the village idiot. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. Okay, Chef, you've heard men say that? Okay. I have never, right? I have never. But I've heard a lot of women say it. But whether the man says it or the woman, why do y'all say that? I need to know why y'all say that. Why do y'all think that y'all have a fucking right to tell somebody who you can have their child? Because it's not just your child. It's their child too. See, a lot of people want to stake claim. Y'all not together no more, right? Y'all not together no more. You want to tell the dad or the mom who they can have, what friends they can have around your child. Why do y'all do that? I need somebody to tell me why. Why do y'all think people do that? Do you think it's really about safety? Or do you think it's more about being bitter? What do you think? Right? What do you think? Because you're not worried about where I'm taking your child for the weekend. You don't know what I'm doing with your child for the weekend. You didn't ask me nothing else. The only thing you concerned about is who the fuck is going to be around my child. But if you guys put your egos to the fucking side for a minute, the only thing you should be worried about is, can you trust your baby daddy? Can you trust your baby mama? You picked them motherfuckers. You chose them. Right? And if you say to yourself, I trust my baby daddy or I trust my baby mama to do the right thing by my child, why does it fucking matter if the child is introduced to his girlfriend or her boyfriend? What's going on? Chef, you said bitter, controlling exes. What happens when you have a bitter and controlling ex? And you have great step parent? What happens? What happens when you have a bitter baby mama or a bitter baby daddy, right? And you have a great step parent situation, right? But this motherfucker so bitter that it's causing difficulties with the step parent relationship. How do y'all think that affects the child? I'm asking. I am Jacinta says, sounds like the relationship didn't end how you want, and you are taking it out on the child. See, so many of us, what are we accepting? This is still up here. What are we accepting? See, we talk about we want better. We want to do better. We want village mentality care for our children. But then we go out there and we act ratchet. And we say stuff like, don't have that bitch in my child's face. I don't want that no new motherfucker raising my son. If y'all didn't want that, then y'all would still be together. Right? Now I understand in my older age how important it is to have a blended family. And I've always understood it kind of to a point because I live it in my own family. Right? But let me tell you something. There's a lot. I've seen my son go through it. Now, I have the boy child. So I've experienced the boy side of it. I don't want that bitch around my kid. I don't want this motherfucking bitch around my kid. I don't want this bitch around my kid. And I'd be like, oh my God. I was feeling so bad for him. Right? And my son is the type that be like, I don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna fucking tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. And then what happens? Then the baby mama says, well, then you can't see your child. Right? But meanwhile, the biological father might have there might be a great stepmom situation there, but instead of worrying about the good of the child, you're stuck in your bitterness over the relationship with that ex, that it overflows into how you feel about their new significant other, right? And it overflows onto the healthy, way of raising your child. You don't think your child is seeing that? What are we doing? Angel said, but it was peaceful and amicable. All of us are mature, and I love Shamika now. Blended family. Right? Hey, so blessed. Good morning. Okay? I am Jacinta say exactly at Robin. The child is the most important thing in this situation. And we say, people have the nerve to open up their mouths and say, I don't want that bitch around my kid because I care about the welfare of my child. Do you care about their feelings? Because the moment you turn around and you say, you can't see your child because I don't want my child around that bitch, you fucked with your kids' feelings. You fucked with your kids' feelings. That's selfish. It's selfish. It ain't about the kid at that point. It's about you needing control. You being fucking bitter. Needing control. My ex was separated, living in his own place when I started dating him. I didn't take him from his baby mama, ex-wife. Right? They were still legally married. Okay? 4 kids. Okay? She had a whole man, has a whole man living in her house when I hit the scene. So my presence shouldn't have been an issue. Right? But it was. Why? Why? I dropped off the kids one day and she ain't say boo, pee-pee doodle shit, fuck you bitch. She didn't say nothing to me. Here's the woman me, taking care of your children. The youngest one was about 2, wiping your child's ass, feeding your kids. And you didn't speak to me because why? Because motherfuckers get bitter and they let their ego control how they navigate. And don't y'all know that it affects the kids? So do y'all want good step parents or nah? I'm asking. Okay? Cheryl Lee said, you want a step parent in your child's life that loves and cares for them like you. If you are the mom or dad that you should be, then they could never replace you. Never. It's a bonus mom. It's a bonus dad. It's not a replacement, right? But some people, they think, oh my God, I don't want her or him telling my child what to do. Why not? Why not? Right? And mommies and daddies, stop letting your kids get upset and turn around in the midst of an argument after the stepmother, the bonus mom, or the bonus dad been wiping their ass, feeding them, taking care of them, and doing whatever it is for that child. Okay? Don't let that child open up their mouth and be like, in the middle of an argument, you ain't my mama. You ain't my daddy. Mm-mm. You know how many times I've heard kids say that? Do we correct our kids when they do that? Do we? Because you're certainly asking a lot out of a step parent who is living in the house with your child, possibly, who is paying bills in that house and caretaking your child. We all know that the custodial parents, I don't care what nobody says, fight me. The custodial parents always put out more money and more time. It is what it is. The custodial parent is waking up every morning with that child, going to sleep every night with that child, getting that child to school every single day, doing that homework with that child, dealing with all the pains and the lumps and the doctor's appointments, the school trips, the extra shit every day. The non-custodial parent is coming on the weekends and coming to play spades and checkers and take the child out on trips and shit like that. Yes, there's some parents who do alternative weeks where one child is with one parent a week and another for a week. That might be a little bit different, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. The custodial parents have a lot of responsibility. Johnny said, I don't mind telling them what we are doing, but don't put me on no clock with my child unless you need to know so you can be home to receive the child. But if anything changes, I'll call you. That part. And I understand that, Johnny. You're absolutely right. But maybe he's asking because that's right. Maybe he wants to make sure that somebody is there when you come back to collect, to drop off the child. Right? But immediately we're like, what? You're questioning me? What do we want? What are we doing? Hey, Miriam. Miriam Lee. That's my brother's. I don't know. Miriam Lee. This is my brother's, well, my niece's mom. Let's say it like that, because they're not married, but I hate to say girlfriend when people been together for so long. But hey, Miriam, and my brother, I'm glad you jumped on, Miriam, because my brother, I'm telling you, my brother, I love him. Like, I'll tell y'all a story after, but Miriam Lee said, if you are a stepdad and the child's father is a fuck up, then those questions is a fuck up than those questions. Ultimately, it's up to the woman or man to let the new partner know their boundaries as step parents. Okay. You know, I wanted to tap into this. I remember my brother, don't cuss me out. I'm bad with names, but his first baby mama. Okay. She was pregnant. It wasn't my brother's, right? She was pregnant when my brother started dating her. She was early in her pregnancy. And she kept the babies. She kept the baby, right? She kept the baby. And my brother raised that child as his own. Never blinked a damn eye. Okay? Never blinked a damn eye. Georgie said, but even if you care about the kids as your own, why are you coming with all the questions like he is leaving with a friend and not a responsible, loving parent as well? All right, Georgie, great question. If the mother came to the door, right? The baby mother came to the door and the father was picking up the child and the baby mother said, what time are you coming back? Where y'all going today? I'm just curious. What are y'all doing for the weekend? And what time are you coming back? Would you have the same reaction? Would you be mad that she questioned the baby daddy? I'm asking. Georgie said, wanting to know when we are coming back because the child can't be alone again. Cool. But otherwise, why are you questioning me and my kids' interactions? Are you a social worker? What if it was the baby mama who asked? Or the baby daddy, if the mother came? What if it was the baby daddy who asked these questions? Would y'all feel the same way? Georgie said, exactly, at Johnny. I have been conversation cool with anyone of my exes. Oh, anyone my exes were with after me. I talk to my son's stepmom still, and he is grown. He been grown. Georgie said, don't have no ninjas around my kids. Jody said it. They say it to try to make sure they move on. I'm just saying. But why do we do it? Right? And this is where we're in our own way. Right? Because we say we want the village. We say we want to go back to caring about each other. We say we want the community vibes, right? But do we? Because y'all be saying this shit, but then y'all be cutting the fuck up at the same time. So what are we really working towards? Right? What are we really working towards? Right? This is all part of what are we accepting? What are we accepting? Our everyday behaviors and our actions have an impact to our future lives and our children's future lives. So when I saw this step daddy clip that One Reliable Sin sent me, I was like, wow. At first I was like, what? Then I was like, oh shit. Then I was like, you know what? Wait a minute. I understand it. It took me a minute. Because at first I was like, fuck you. Then I was like, wait. I had step parents. I had my dad had great women. He got 3 baby mamas. One he was legally married to, that's my mom. Them other 2 women are the fucking bomb. Pat and Frederica. Frederica, rest in peace. My dad was with these women for years, separate times, of course. And when he was with Pat for years, I got dropped off there. I got 2 brothers with Pat that are my father's children, Hashan and Korain. Okay? Younger than me. Korain is a couple of years younger than me. He's right behind me. Okay? And then Frederica has 1 son by my dad, Kazim. Okay? And I stayed there a lot. I even lived there a few times. I did what I wanted. That woman, Frederica, never once closed her door on me. I show up at the house and I be like, I gotta live here. She never said a word. When my mom got up and dropped me off, they never argued. They never said a word. But other than, hi, how are you? It's for the kids. Do we want that again? What are y'all doing? What essentially is happening is when you turn around and you go, I don't want that nigga around my, let me not say nigga. I'm trying to do better, y'all. I don't want that joker around my son. I'm his father. Are y'all thinking about the child? Cheryl Lee said, my daughter and her child's father agreed that they both wouldn't let each other know. And they both be introduced before they have her around her, possibly in a caretaker position. That's understandable. That's an agreement. Right? That's an agreement. Okay? That's understandable. Right? At least there's dialogue, Shirley, between your daughter and her child's father of how they're going to handle getting into new relationships when it comes to the children. That's healthy. That's the conversation you were saying needs to happen up front, right? Do you think we should just be going into relationships having these conversations? Like when you're young and you're thinking about planning a family, do you think that you guys should have these conversations up front so that you would know what type of baby mama, baby daddy y'all might be? Because you don't know for sure. Cheryl say, yes, Robin, selfish, not what is the best and most healthy decision for your child's mental. And then we wonder why so many of us grow up with issues, right? And the book that we're reading tells us that sometimes, trauma is put on us without us realizing it. We don't know how much trauma gets introduced to the child in these battles between baby mama and baby daddy. Right? My baby daddy was a crackhead. No, I didn't let him have my child when he was by himself because he'd probably steal everything on my child's back. But I let him have supervised visits. He was still his dad. My son could grow up and make a decision on how to fucking feel about his dad if he want to. Up to him. Okay? Up to him. What are we doing? Cheryl Lee said the child will only do that if they are just plain disrespectful, period. And if they heard that the parents aren't on the same page and they pit them against each other, that part. But that's how it starts, Cheryl Lee. That's how it starts. This is how it starts. This is what I mean when we say, what are we showing our children? When we are in that mode of, I don't want you to have bitches or niggas with my kid, and I don't want this and I don't want that. Don't you think the child sees that? Even if you don't think the child is hearing the conversation, the child is seeing the energy, feeling the energy, seeing the actions or the non-actions, okay? And they are growing up seeing this, right? And then that child might be the child that gets disrespectful and says, you ain't my motherfucking father, you ain't my motherfucking mother. But why did the child feel comfortable saying that? Because possibly they have a parent that's like, I don't want this kid around, I don't want my kid around this, and I don't want my kid around that. And the kid sees that and draws off of that. And the loss of respect from the child to the step parent is introduced. We are responsible for the healthy environment we need to provide for our children. Now, if I could do shit over, now I was never one to do that, but I'm sure I could have did things a little bit differently now that I'm older and I know better. I never did the baby daddy and baby mama thing because he was a crackhead. He didn't have time for women. So I didn't have that issue. Right? I didn't have that issue. But I dealt with it with my son. And I felt bad for him every time. We got to do better, people. Right? This is all a part of growing and learning and making sure that we stop passing down the trauma. You got to ask yourself, what is it do you really want? You can't be running around talking about we need to have community. We need to have the village. And then you go and tell people mind their fucking business. Get out your face. It don't work like that. Okay? It don't. What are we accepting? This is the damn theme for me. What are we accepting? And so with that, y'all, this was Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Normally, Freestyle Friday, we are peppy. We got a lot of things going on. But sometimes we do bring a conversation here that gives you something to walk away and think about, right? Because that's what this platform is about. It's about growing, right? Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we cry. Okay? Today was one of those days where we had a serious conversation. But in every conversation, there's a lesson. Take it. Take what you need from whatever we give here on Coffee with Friends. And whatever you don't need, throw it out. Right? But a couple of announcements, y'all. I have not scheduled March's Coffee with Friends After Dark yet. Guys, I'm so tired. All right, I'm still recovering from New Orleans. Hope this weekend, after this weekend, I should be nice and fully recovered. I got to focus on getting my taxes together for my accountant because she's going to cuss me out. So I got to finish doing that. Hopefully by Sunday, I'll finish pulling all my paperwork together. That's the thing. You know, people think having businesses and shit is easy, but when you have a business and it comes tax time, you got to pull out all the receipts, all of this, all of that. And I'm not the most organized person. I really do need some structure in here because I'm just all over the place. I don't know how I keep my world moving sometimes. I don't. You know, the grieving I go through. Right? The healing I'm working on, the running of multiple businesses, my 9-to-5 job. It's a lot. But I'm here, y'all. All right. And with that, y'all, Cancun, the Coffee with Friends summer soiree, y'all. Right? August 10th to August 15th. If you are interested, the link is in my bio. Go take a look. $50 is the deposit for the room. I'm going to reach out to Avia today to make sure that everybody is getting their communication and getting responses back to them, and check up on how many rooms we have booked thus far. All right. Keep in mind, y'all, the longer you wait, if you're interested in the trip, the prices are going to jump. They are. As you get closer, it's going to jump. This is why I started in 2022 planning this so that we can, you know, once you put your $50 deposit down, you lock in your price. Right? So hopefully you guys are joining us for the summer soiree, August 10th through the 15th. We are going to plan a New York spring fling. All right. I need to set up a planning committee for that. All right. A New York spring fling where we're going to meet in New York City. All right. We're going to do that around June, I think. All right. Zen is not on here, but I think Zen is going to be on the planning committee for that. And so we'll think of some activities and shit to do in New York City that we could do all together as a group, right? For those that have never been to New York City that plans on coming, we'll do some tours with you. Like there's some buildings we can go into. Like I haven't been into the Empire State Building since elementary school. So we could do shit like that. They got some other nice, beautiful buildings that we can tour that are all glass and you can see through the floors and shit like that. We could do a lot of stuff. So I'm calling it Spring Fling because it's going to be before the summer actually hits. So we're thinking about June, guys. So keep an open mind. A lot of you that live here, I hope to see you for the New York Spring Fling. All right. That means spring colors. You know, we doing it up. All right. Be bright, be light. All right. So I hope to see you there. I'm going to start getting that together. That's another whole thing I got to try to plan. Oh my God, I can't keep up with myself. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to give y'all the positive vibes as we go out. But this is Friday, y'all. I need y'all to know that I want y'all to have a blessed weekend. All right. Keep up. I have not been on my bike since I've been back from NOLA because my back is out. Baby, when I tell you, NOLA fucked me up. They don't owe me shit. My whole back is out. I can't even pedal the bike, okay? I'm walking around like an old ass lady, okay? I try to fake the funk on TikTok this morning after I rubbed some shit. I've been taking Motrin 800s. Help me, Lord. All right? But, guys, I'm still here. All right. So you guys have a beautiful weekend. I have a hectic weekend. Bruce will be rubbing me down tomorrow. I get my 90-minute massage. Yes, I love me. Self-care is not selfish. Every month I get a 90-minute massage. Every 6 weeks I get my woo-ha wax. I love myself. All right. I'm going to make time to get this body rubbed the fuck up. All right. And so with that, y'all, I'm out. Let me give y'all these positive vibes because you know what I say.
Even when you feel low, you can still
what?
go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
And you can.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answered to no, man, I still go.
Hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am Lord Tadipo. Thank you for joining. Have a great weekend. Go for now, but never forever. Hey.
Hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
What?
To the system, I don't wanna be a slave.
I've been doing shit my way, on the highway.
And in the driveway, it's a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite.
Hey.
You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain
anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the
key ingredients, believe.
Hey,
With
with the negativity, but I just fly right by that energy. Hey,
even when you feel low, you can still go.
and you can.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
You can.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still
And
go.
I don't.
Go,
Peace,
go,
y'all.
go,
I'm out.
go,
Hey.
go, 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 go.